What is up, YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to be setting up the second 40-gallon aquarium. Here's a little update on the first 40-gallon breeder that I set up. The water is crystal clear, and if you didn't see my last video, I got these two phantom red-tailed catfish named Ricky and Bobby. And I do plan to add some more catfish in here. I just don't know what species or what types, so comment down below what else I should add in here. Okay, now back to this aquarium. My plan for it is to raise some baby peacock bass that'll eventually go in this pond and then into another pond later on. But I have a nice piece of driftwood in here. I'm gonna add some big smooth rocks, and then I'm gonna finish it off with some sand, and then later on add some plants. I'm gonna start off with adding the rocks. I found these nice pieces of sandstone in my backyard. I laid this piece of egg crate light diffuser on the bottom where I could put the rocks so that the rocks aren't just sitting on the glass, and it basically just distributes the weight of the rocks evenly. Okay, this is the formation of rocks that I think I'm gonna use. I actually like it. I'm just gonna put this giant branch in now. I think it'll look nice, like right here. Oh. Just gotta align it properly. Move this out the way, put that there. There. Oh yeah, that looks nice. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let me move this side up a little bit. There we go. Scoop this rock, hold it in place. That looks nice. All I gotta do now is add the sand. I might fill in the back with some pea pebbles, just so I don't use as much sand. But that's looking pretty nice. Alright, I'm cleaning the sand, and I just wanted to show you guys how dirty it is before I actually put it into the tank. I've rinsed it a couple times, and as you can see, you can't even see. It's just so dirty. So I'm gonna do this about, I don't know, probably 100 more times, or until it runs clear, and then it's gonna go in the tank. As you can see, the sand is all clean, and I'm now going to put it inside the tank. Alright, so the one bucket of sand was enough to fill the entire bottom and some parts of the holes in the rocks, but not all of it. So I'm going to probably do another half bucket of sand just to fill in all these spaces in the rocks here. While I was cleaning the rest of the sand, I found these two sticks in my backyard that I think would complement the scape pretty well. So I put them in there like that, and now I'm going to put the rest of the sand in all the rest of the gaps. Okay, I changed the base scape up a bit. That's what it kind of looks like now. I think it looked better than before. I filled in the creases with cracks with all the sand, but it's not really filling a lot, so I'm gonna add some of these smaller, basically sandstone rocks that I just broke off from a bigger rock, and I'm gonna be putting them in the cracks and then filling with sand so all the sand doesn't leak out. And also just to use them as like accent rocks. One, just to make it look more natural. Two, so the sand doesn't all fall out of the cracks. Just gotta stuff them in there, make it look as natural as possible. Okay, the scape is complete. I think it turned out pretty nice. And all that's left to do now is add the sponge filter and fill it with water. Alright, just put the hose right here. Close the lid. Oh. Shove that down there. And I'm gonna turn it on. The tank is now filling up, and as you can see over here, it is a little bit cloudy, but that's expected because I did use a new bag of sand. And while this is filling up, I'm going to be setting up the sponge filter. And there we go. The tank is all filled up. The sponge filter is running, and that is a cycled sponge filter that I got from the big pond. I'm basically just cycling a bunch of sponge filters that I ordered just so it's all ready for all my other stuff. And all this needs now is some plants, live plants obviously. And as I said in the beginning of the video, this tank is going to house some peacock bass. This will only be a grow out tank for the peacock bass as they get pretty large. So after this tank, they'll go into this, and once they grow out of this, they'll go into something even bigger that I have plans for the future. But until then, this will suffice for the time being until they outgrow it. The plants just came in the mail, and this is the Vallisneria, and it ended up coming with some sort of cutting of some other plant. I don't exactly know what that is, but I chose the Vallisneria for this setup because it's an all sand substrate, and this plant tends to grow well in sand. And I am now going to put the plants inside this tank and this tank. Maybe this tank if I have enough, but mainly these two tanks. Both of the tanks are now planted. This is planted more with the plants being scattered, and this is more with the plants in the background, covering the sponge filter a little bit. I also added some of the plants from the outdoor turtle pond into these tanks. I just pulled them out. There was a lot, so I just took some extras. And I also have this purple plant that came with it. I have no idea how it's gonna do. I don't know what type of plant it is, so I just planted it in there to see what happens. I'm gonna collect some leaf litter in my backyard, boil it, and then put them in. Okay, I collected some leaves in my backyard, and now I'm just boiling them just to get rid of most of the tannins and disinfect them. The leaves are now done boiling. I'm just gonna dump the water out and then scatter the leaves into the tank. Okay, the leaf litter is in the tank now, and as you can see, there's not nearly enough to cover the bottom. So I'm gonna go collect some more outside, repeat the boiling process, and then pick the camera back up when I drop the leaf litter into the tank. All of the leaves are now in the tank, completing the peacock bass grow out tank. That is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for a future video on adding the baby peacock bass into their new grow tank. Once again, thank you for watching. Peace.